All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. This is Venus in Scorpio. You know what? Let's shuffle for a pre-shuffle. I haven't done that yet. Randomly at the bottom, by the way, 4 wands when I picked this thing up. Let's give it a shuffle. What is this energy? But Venus in Scorpio. Scorpio's pretty deep. That's a really deep water sign energy, right? Venus is a planet of love and all. It all sounds very heavy, doesn't it? It kind of is. It's sort of an all or nothing energy. It blends, it blends very well with Mars and Sagittarius right now, and the core energy that both of those are pulling on. It all lends itself very well to all or nothing. You're either in or you're out, and there isn't any fucking gray area about it. That kind of a thing. It's almost like if you're starting a new relationship in this energy, it feels more like you're starting a cult, like you sacrifice a chicken. I mean, it's not just you don't make a commitment over dinner. You sacrifice a chicken in the parking lot, and you set a car on fire, and we are now one. You know, that kind of a thing. It is some all-in kind of shit. All right, so this should be very interesting because there is an energy attached to you, and I'm shuffling for a pre-shuffle right now. Let's see where we go. I got a busy month. If you go to sltblog.com and look at the November write-up and look at the reading schedule, it is a busy, there's a lot going on all around the energetic new year and after the energetic new year. And I'll tell you what, there's your pre-shuffle. Had I had my shit together, that would have already been staring at you, but I would have had to tell you everything I told you anyway, right? I'll be pulling on the energetic new year, the 1111 portal on Sunday. That's a big reading, but don't discount this one. don't discount any reading this month. It's all a very big deal. We're going into an energy, the energetic new year, the new cycles of energies that are coming in. They're extremely important. All right, it's a pivotal time in the soulmate cycle for sure. We've had a lull of people coming in, getting on the bus of the soulmate cycle. It should start to pick up. It usually does, in my experience. At the beginning, there's a lot of people that come in. You know, they're at the beginning of the cycle. Everybody's freaking out, all that kind of stuff. And then there's a part in the middle, which is kind of where we've been since about 2024-ish. You know, and it should start to pick up a little. There's always one more little burst of people that come into the soulmate cycle. That said, this energy is huge. All right, this is a very big card for me. It's the biggest card of communication in the minor arcana because it's bigger than the Eight of Wands because it's about emotion. It's the Three of Cups. It's the flow of emotion. But I said all in, and this feels like it. This feels like all or nothing. You either tell me everything, motherfucker, or I'm flying away. Okay, all right. Yeah, it's crossed by the Eight of Cups. See? Look at that. I told you. What's underneath that? The Death card, right? It's all or nothing. Look, you either tell me, this is spilling the guts. This is ripping your guts out. This is taking your soul clean out, sticking it on the table, and sacrificing a chicken in the parking lot. You know, all or nothing. Either somebody is, I don't know if this is your energy that's like this or somebody attached to you. I don't think it's both. That's the thing. It affects one side of the soulmate cycle more than the other. So it'll either affect the DM or the DF. It depends on your connection with whoever it is. It might vary. It might be multiple people where you're giving somebody this pseudo ultimatum of, look, you either tell me how you feel or I'm fucking walking, motherfucker. And I'll tell you what, look, that's a 9 of Pentacles right there. That's single, right? You either tell me how, it might be you with some people. You tell me how you feel or I'm walking, or it might be some people with you. I mean, it could be, but your biggest connection, it feels like it's you saying it to them. It does. It feels like it, right? And you're okay with being alone because you know, because I've told you many times. Look at that. I thought it was justice, but I'll take it. It felt like justice. Well, I've told you many times. There's always another fish in the sea. There's always somebody else around the corner. You don't know what's around the next corner, and that unknown is what makes life exciting. So, backing up everything I said. Maybe I'm glad I shuffled for this on here. You know, I don't know. But backing up everything I said, you either tell me everything or I'm gone, right? And somebody, again, there's a lot of energies attached to this. Somebody might be saying that to you, but I think in your biggest connection, the one that I'm going to focus on here, that's where you're at. You're at like, you know what? Fuck this shit, right? That's sort of your thing. I got you. Right. Okay, let's go. Let's see where, whoa. why are we here? That's why. It fell out of the deck. Okay? Okay. It'll be the bottom card, a conversation. It had me stop shuffling. The first card, cards before the cut. Why the fuck are we here is what I would have said while I was shuffling. Okay? There you go. That's why we're here. Temperance. Truth. Right? We need to have a talk. Not just little talk, big talk. Right? What comes after this? It is a lot of healing through truth energy, but it's emotional truth. Okay? Take that pre-shuffle to heart, and what comes after it, strength card. I'm going to warn you. I'm not threatening you. I'm going to warn you. I'm going to warn you. Don't come on too strong. You might have a tendency with your, you tell me how you feel or I'm leaving. You don't have to be a douche about it. Okay, don't. Just, don't come on too strong. Be cool. Always be cool. Okay, if you're a hothead like me, this is not energy it's going to be good for you. Your hothead's going to go off, okay? So I can tell you, just me being me, if you're like me and you're a hothead, okay, double chill, right? Skip the double caffeinated coffee in the morning if you're smart, all right? There's a lot of passion. If you can get somebody to tell you the truth, there's a lot of passion behind it. It'll build as they speak. Okay. All right. Well, let's shuffle the deck. Let's pull a reading. Let's go. I think we're going to do a regular reading on this one because I'm not going to do a pyramid because this is Venus, and it's Venus in Scorpio, and I've got a very powerful connection here. One that it feels to me like you're willing to walk away from if they're not willing to open up. And I can dig that. I can dig it. You just, because it's Venus in Scorpio, pulling on a core energy that's already passionate, you might get a little aggressive. And I want you to be careful about that. That's all. Okay? All right. Let's shuffle the deck. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. I'm not a fucking time lord. It's going to affect you at all different times. There's a shit ton of energies going on this month. I mean, if you go look at my schedule in the blog, I'll tell you what. We got this sucker flipped right out. Look at this. It flipped itself right out of the deck, and it's wedged between. It's got a Emperor right there. Emperor reversed. Six of Swords. That's going to be our overall energy right there. That's it, and it's fueled by two Pentacles and an Emperor. Okay. You need somebody to get off the fence. Some Emperor has been holding on to your energy. Okay, and you need that Emperor to get off the fence. Yeah, there's a chance they do. It's minor arcana. It is up to their free will. It depends how much of a super fuckwit you've got. There is one major energy here, but I feel like this happens with a lot of people in your life. I feel like it's a time to sort out your tribe a little bit, right? Separate the wheat from the chaff. Who's with you, who's not, right? I think that's what you're doing, and I can dig it on some level, small level, big level for some of you. I do it on high levels. I mean, I do. I just like, every 5 years I do a purge. I'm like, well, let's take a look. Let's see where we're at. It's a bit of that. I mean, you could do it on my crack cocaine level, or you can just, handle it yourself. It's up to you. On a smaller level, just sort of lose somebody's number. But the King of Cups, yeah. You want to know how everyone around you feels about you. Keep in mind with that, you don't always get the truth. It's very rare. But you just might in this energy from a couple of the higher level connections. The smaller level, they'll probably still blow you off a little bit or lie to you. Okay? All right. Again, it's timeless. There's a lot of energy going on right now. It all kind of blends together. Let's go. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's the 3D energies around this person, this main energy that I'm getting. But like I said, there's several here. Okay, here's their soul, right? Your main soul connection that's coming in here. And right here is the message from the universe, right? Probably for you. It's read with the energy of your connection. So who knows? It's fickle old gal universe. Who knows what it wants to say? Right here's the potential final outcome. It's your potential final outcome. I'll clarify everything, throw some universe cards at the end, and we're going to extend this one. You bet your sweet ass this is one of the big readings. This is a very big reading. This is a very big reading. Okay. But we'll get you as much as we can here, for sure, for the broader audience. All right, let's go. We ready? I'm ready. Everybody? Okay, here we go. Right here, energy around your connection. King of Swords. It's truth. I mean, we've been talking about it. It's truth. It's getting the truth. It's somebody who's, I'm drawn to the steely eyes of this here. Somebody here. It's time for the truth to be spoken. We either speak the truth or we move on. Or you, well, in the case of this owl and the look on his eyes, you either tell me the truth or you die. I got a fucking rainbow sword here. It hurts just as much as the non-rainbow. Right? It's a bit of that. I mean, it is. I said, I already warned you. I'm going to warn you. Don't be careful. Don't be careful. Don't be overly aggressive. All right? Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. All right. 3D energies around somebody here. Wow. There is somebody aggressively wants the truth. I think it's probably you. I think in this energy, as odd as it sounds, most of you are the DF, but we can flip-flop. Polarities flip-flop all the time. Hell, they even do it on the Earth. The poles flip-flop like that from time to time. You know, there have been times where what we know as the North Pole was the South Pole. You know, polarity-wise. You know, so again, you can too. You can all of a sudden become one fucking massive DM. You know, be careful that you don't abuse that. But I mean, I don't know. It's just very aggressive. He just keeps staring at me and he won't stop. It's driving me fucking crazy. All right, 3D energy around this person. Yeah, the tower. This is a mental breakdown. If it's here, sometimes in certain context, it's an emotional breakdown. But it's here. It's a mental breakdown in this context. Somebody's having a mental breakdown. Somebody's going mental. What the kids used to say, somebody's going ape. Okay? I don't know. Take it whatever saying works for you. I don't know. But somebody's going ape. Okay. I think we used to say that when I was a kid, right? Oh my God, the teacher's coming. And he's going ape. Okay. All right, here we go. Soul energy of this person is here. It bookends the great horned owl, which I still think is you. I still think that's you. Yeah, it is you. Because that's fear. Their soul. They're afraid. I'm afraid. What did I say? Rewind. Well, I said, before I threw this, I said his eyes keep staring at me. It's driving me crazy. Yeah. Scared shitless. You got their soul. That's why they're having a mental breakdown. This energy flows from here to here. I mean, the soul isn't capable of fear. Let's you know, I don't want to get corrected by somebody. You can't take me literally. Just catch my drift. I'm just reading energy. This is what you do, right? When you try and figure out who somebody is, you ask questions, you ask whatever. It's not that the soul is afraid. It's almost metaphorical in a way, in the sense of they're recoiling because you're fucking scary. You are scary and want the truth. You are temporarily your masculine energy surges up, whether you're male or female. I mean, wow. Okay. All right. Again, our goal here is to smooth things out, right? Take it easy. All right. I warned you. Okay. In part, it's the core energies that Venus and Scorpio is pulling on, but it's also blending with Mars energy. And Mars is in Sagittarius right now, which is a fun. Sagittarius is a fun fire sign. It can be. My dad was a Sagittarius. He was fun. You know, he was definitely a let's race cars kind of guy. But you know, at the end of the day, I don't know. It's just that Mars, the attack energy is there for sure. You're transforming into some kind of owl Hulk. Okay, message from the universe. What's she want to tell you? And yeah, it's a she. Trust me. The Hierophant. Be careful about. Well, I gotta warn you again. Okay, it's a message for you. Yeah, you have a very spiritual connection here, but somebody hates it when I say that, and I'm with you. All right, I'm with you. I get it. It is. These are all spiritual connections on some level. Even that cousin you hate, that you have a small soul connection with, it's spiritual. I get it. I just use it more as like spiritual as fuck kind of a thing like that, more than anything else. But this is. I got to warn you again. Not to. You might become a little self-righteous in this energy about being demanding about having people tell you how they feel about you. I think you do it to a lot of people. I think this one contacts you. I think this one comes in, this big soulmate, feels like they want to talk to you, and they're kind of hoping that you're a bit more chill, but you're not really chill. As soon as you have interaction with this person's energy, whoever this is, something kind of goes haywire in the energy field. I'm not sure what. Just be careful about becoming too self-righteous. And I'm not saying that's part of your nature. I'm sure you're not like that. In this energy, you might be a little bit, okay? Sanctimonious kind of a thing. Okay. Anyway, we'll clarify that some more. We'll see. I think you're like, if you do, I think you're like this owl and all that, scaring the shit out of, scaring the soul out of somebody, getting a mental breakdown. I mean, somebody does feel like you're giving them an ultimatum a little bit. You kind of are. Be careful about pushing that too far. For some people, that's a deal breaker. Like for me, for example, ultimatums are always a deal breaker. I don't take that shit. You know, you might be like that too. I don't know. So don't do unto others as you'd have done to you. See what I'm saying? But yeah, potential final outcome for you. The Five of Cups. You might regret a lot. Look, I'm issuing you these warnings for a reason. I know you're not like this. I know you're not. I know you're not this scary owl. You're scaring the shit out of me, right? I mean, but I do think you might regret some of the things you say here. Somebody's in a bad place right now. I'm just gonna shoot straight with you. You have a very powerful connection here. I don't know. It doesn't have a name tag on it. I don't know if it's Rick, Ron, Sally, or Jane. I have no idea. But somebody in a very bad place. And they're coming to you, and you're getting all demanding and sanctimonious about tell me how you feel and all this stuff. You might. And I know it's out of character for a good number of you. Okay? You might regret it. Try to do something in this conversation that future self, just after the conversation, would thank you for. Okay? Try to keep that in mind. All right? Try to keep in mind that you got to live with yourself after you run this sword through this person. It's a happy sword. Right? Somebody's having a tough time. Try to pick up on that. You might miss that in this energy. Okay? You might miss it. Somebody's having a very tough time. I see that here. All right. Their soul is pissing itself, and it's radiating in the 3D as a mental breakdown. Probably because somebody's having either a crisis of faith, this can be. On the DM side, I'm not sure. It's probably more a come to Jesus with their own ego. In other words, somebody here has realized they've gone down the wrong path, and that's tough for them, right? If your ego is what you're doing, right, here in the 3D, that's a problem. It's like people who put their self-worth on how many likes they get, like those influencers, right? Those ones that lose their fucking mind that you read about in the Yahoo News or see the videos that were made about them on YouTube. Their whole self-worth is based on a fucking social media channel and how many likes they get or how many subscribers they have. That's all fluff energy. That's building a house on a foundation of sand. You can't build your self-worth on sand like that. And it can cause things to collapse. All right. So somebody's having a crisis, an emotional breakdown, but it's a crisis of ego more than faith, I think, in this person's case. Anyway, be careful. You might come on a little too strong. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Let's clarify. We'll clarify with a nice, light, fluffy, light seer deck, because this is heavy shit. It's Scorpio. What do you want? Right? Ain't no fucking. I'm telling you, if you even ask this owl, this energy, right here, if you even ask this energy about a fucking unicorn or an elf, it will run the sword through you without even saying anything. Okay? It's that kind of energy. All right? Okay. All right, here we go. The King of Swords. Take no prisoners. Let's pull on the King of Swords, which I believe is you. Again, I could be wrong. Roles can be reversed. They always can. But for the majority of you watching, I'm usually pretty good about separating out what's incoming and what's here with me as static energy. But it is possible that somebody from the other side of this connection has found Steve Love Tarot and is sitting here watching. I got that a lot with the Leo soap opera. That's why I have a little fun with it sometimes, because I know they're there. All right, the King of Swords. Ah, yeah. Let me tell you what I think. Here we go. King of Swords. Why is it here? Come on. The light seer might be the light seer's pissing itself. It's like, oh man, I can't believe he chose me to do this. Oh, Steve, why? I thought you liked me. I know. I see what I'm saying. I ain't fucking making this shit up. It's the devil. Look, I'm sorry. You know, I just there is you can taste this connection. And it's not that bad per se. It's just it's scary energy for the light seer deck. You can taste this connection. It's something that once you come into energetic contact with this person, either through speaking to them, even sometimes just thinking about whoever this is, activates the connection on some level. It's like an earthquake. It's like it just becomes this. It activates the soul contract. It's just, I don't know. I think, wow. And that's why I think you're getting the warning, right? Be careful. You might regret it. This person's in a bad place right now, and you're not really seeing that because the soul connection's activated, right? You might give a little too much power here. There is a soul contract here. Wow. What's on top? Wow. Wow. God, source, the universe itself, judgment. Wow. Can I say wow again? Wow. Why is that here? It's like, dude, can I throw some hocus pocus on it? Can I? I know the owl doesn't want to hear about unicorns or elves. I risk getting a sword run through me, but Jesus, this is activating some kind of energy that comes in when you and this person interact. I feel like it's in the 3D. I do, but even if it's just through the energy waves, through the astral plane, interacting with this person activates some kind of ancient fucking connection here. Ancient energy. Oh, fucking, I mean, what the hell? Okay. Judgment. Fuck. I don't know any of these are here. I'm just calling it. I mean, I could get egg in my face right now by pulling the wimpiest card in the deck, like a 5 of Wands or something here or something. No, these are not wimpy cards, you guys. I'm not fucking around when I told you about this King of Swords here. I still think it's you, and I still think you need to be careful here. This connection you have with this person, this energy is hard to control. It's 500 horsepower energy. Make sure you got a 500 horsepower soul. Because if you treat it like some of the people treat those 500 horsepower cars that they're driving, you're going to wrap this connection around a telephone pole and maybe hurt yourself and somebody else. All right, I'm telling you. I don't want it. The likely outcome is that. So, and why? Well, you might be like, well, Steve, that might just be for people that aren't watching your reading. Or it might be for people that aren't listening to you, Steve. I'm listening to you. Oh, no. I don't think any of that matters. I'm showing you the likely outcome. I think you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Now, I do that a lot with these readings. At the end of the reading, I'll say, oh my God, I probably shouldn't have said that. I have editing software that can remove it. You don't in real life, right? If I say something I probably shouldn't have, it's probably wiser for me to take it out rather than rattle people with some sensitive topic, if you will. Okay? But right here, it just saves me the headache, really. But you don't get that chance here. You don't have any editing software. This is tough energy to control. Once it activates, right? Once you come in energetic contact with this person, I mean, even thinking about them, I think in this energy, this is going to be this is crazy town shit. Are you fucking serious right now? The bridging energy is the King of Wands. Oh, come on. Calm the fuck on. All right, well, this King of Wands is who we're talking about. They haven't, but also, I'm going to tell you right now, be careful about getting too sanctimonious. You can be this. You too self-righteous here. This king, I mean, it's one thing, though, to seek the truth. It's another thing to be a dick about it. All right, your ego energies are going to be very high. You're feeling pretty good. I think this is all about you, but I do think this does represent the DM side of this connection. I do think on another layer of energy, energy's always in layers. It can play out 1,000 different ways. I think this is who's having the emotional breakdown, and this is who we're talking about. That's wild. This is crazy reading. All right, take one last look at him. I say that jokingly because he'll probably be back at some point. either here or in the extended. Oh, this is going to be true wicked voodoo in the extended, but this is going to be some wicked voodoo here. The Tower, let's talk about it. You might just say some shit. I dig it. You might. With the King of Wands energy blending with the King of Swords and all of this behind you with that devil activating a soul contract, you might just say some shit. I mean, wow. Careful. Treat it with respect, or you will wrap this connection around the telephone pole. Why is the Tower here? What do we get? Tell me about it. It's crossed by the Four of Pentacles. I think I just clapped out, don't you wish your boyfriend was hot like me? I don't understand why I did that, but maybe somebody's self-esteem's at an all-time low here. Okay? Maybe somebody's feeling a little low, a little down in the dumps. It's the Four of Pentacles, but this is a Four of Pentacles. Their soul is recoiling. Somebody's feeling withdrawn here, okay? Big time. They're having an emotional breakdown, and here you come with your wand and your sword and God, source, the universe itself, and whoever the fuck this is, right? I mean, I don't know. Scary ass fucking, what's on top? The Ace of Wands. Why is that here? The Ace of Swords. You got a real shot at it's Schrodinger's cat. These are all read with this. You can help this person or you can hurt this person. It's up to you. You can have a reconciliation or you could have a brief roll in the hay and that fades out, for example. This is a flare-up and a fade-out, and this is lasting. It's up to you, all right? You want proof? Bridging energy, Seven of Cups. It's all about you. You got all the power here. You're the only cards with any power. You're the King of Wands in one respect. You're the King of Swords. You're the Hierophant. You're God, source, the universe itself. Which is why, with judgment here is why you might become you pair judgment with the Hierophant. That's a priest gone wild. Okay? It's a pope gone wild. It's a pope who starts to believe he or she is God. Right? And I say she. We need a she-pope. Right? We got a she-Hulk. Why can't we have a she-pope? A she-pope. Anyway, at the end of the I don't know why. I don't know if that's a comparison or not. But at the end of the day, I know what these two energies are like. All right? All right. It's up to you. You can either choose the red route or the other route. I think the other routes are more tempting to you because of this energy. Four of Pentacles, why is that here? Twice. Crossing. If this energy flows from here to here, and it sure as fuck did in this reading. I tell you what. It flowed right from the soul to the environmental energy around this person. I could say down in the dumps. I could say somebody's recoiling. Somebody's scared at what they've figured out. You know, scared of their feelings. The feelings are coming to the surface, and their ego, because this flows to the ego, it's their ego that's afraid of it. The soul doesn't fear anything. You know, you don't have to fear. It doesn't live there. And so, anyway, Four of Pentacles. Let's look into that she-Hulk thing or she-Pope thing. Maybe we can have that. Anyway, it's crossed by the Fool here. Yeah, somebody knows what they want to do. They're afraid to do it. It's risky. Somebody feels very strongly. It's somebody who feels very strongly that they need to jump in the water. Okay, just giving you an example. But what happens is, the reason we got the Four of Pentacles here, it flows to the ego, and the ego shuts it down. And their ego is very strong. All right? It's louder than the soul. It is. It's Queen of Wands. It's fakey big fakerman. They pretend, la, 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 I can't hear you, soul. I can't hear you. Why is that here? The Lovers. Yeah, they know what they want to do. Somebody's making the wrong choice. We've got... These two cards are bookending these two cards. We got somebody saying, this is God, source, the universe. We got somebody saying, I don't hear you, right? I can't hear you, right? And it's like, the choice has already been made here. The door is already open. It's time. And the net result is an emotional breakdown. So how do you pick correctly the Ace of Swords and not have this ending for you? How do you solve that? By just being kind. Maybe... I would feel more comfortable if this was an Empress, Because we already saw an emperor. Remember, I told you this flew out of the deck. It was sitting right next to an emperor. But that emperor was kind of reversed in the deck, because that's how I hold the deck when I shuffle. This is kind of a reversed emperor here. The empress would never kick someone when they're down. All right? There's nothing in that. That's terrible. You know, everybody matters. I don't know here. But you again, this energy is firing you up emotionally. All right, the Hierophant. Let's go. Let's see. See what the universe wants to tell you. This is a hell of a reading. I'm going to tell you what. Okay. I will say one thing positive here. Okay? Just to give you some encouragement. For once. I don't know. This is one of the cards, as I've said, ever since I've been out here on YouTube, that's one of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. I just don't want you to regret how you ended it. All right, here we go. The Hierophant. It is communication in this context. It's just regrettable communication. Whoops. Did I say that? All right, here we go. Crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. It's you. It's the universe. It's the fickle old gal universe. And yeah, that's what she is. It's her way of saying you're better than this, Steve's viewer. You're better than this. Okay? Be high-minded. Be high vibration. Okay? You got sticks in your hair. Use them. Okay? I don't know what that means, but it's just there. What's on top? See? The Knight of Cups. Be gracious. Be open. Right? And if you want to receive everything, I mean, you've got to give to receive. You've got to give to live. Okay? It's that kind of a thing. This is your energy attached to this. This is nice. This is this is somewhere, he lives somewhere between these two. All right? So find a happy medium. See what I'm saying? That's the advice for you. I'm totally right. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Yeah. The Eight of Pentacles. There's something you're not considering here. What's the 10 Swords. Your Achilles heel in this is for some reason, even though it's a Venus energy that I'm sort of pulling on right now, the way it's blending with the Mars and the core energy and all of that, you're not considering something. You're missing something. And it'll be your downfall here. And that downfall is you get your ego energies flare up a lot and they fuel your emotions. And the problem is you forget about love. You forget that this is about love. Somewhere along the line here, it's that old Jay Giles song, I Must Have Got Lost, right? You must have got lost somewhere along the line, somewhere down the line. I think that's the lyric. Either way, be careful about that. Keep the cups in mind. Keep the love in mind. Picture Venus in your head, if you will. It'll calm down that owl up there and the ego energies. Now, let's talk about this. And just so you don't put 10 Swords and the King of Wands and the Burger King, when they act up, they will act like the Burger King. Okay? They will. They're not going to just come right out and tell you how they feel. You're going to have to coax it out of them. The sword, running the sword through them isn't going to work. All right? You will put 10 swords in them without thinking. Keep love in mind. All right? Wasn't it Tina Turner who asked us, what's love got to do with it? Right? It's got everything to do with it here. Right? All right, here we go. 5 of Cups. Compassion. Empathy. And in effect, if you want even more of the energy flow, just to be totally transparent, see the red one there? You making a choice? See, here's the choice. It's red background, right? You're helping the universe by making the correct choice here, by being kinder, a kinder, gentler great horned owl. Okay? You're helping the universe. You do that, you get rewarded. All right, it really is. If you help the universe balance energy, if you become part of the solution instead of part of the problem, your energy's kind of snowballs. It's a real snowball effect here. And I'll tell you what, crossing this, your final outcome is 7 swords. Right there. 7 swords. What's underneath that? And the Fool. it's going to seem like, because the Fool was crossing their soul over here, it's going to seem like this person doesn't care about you. And I think that might enrage you a little bit. That might anger you a little bit. Okay? They do care. Remember, it's all about love. Love's got everything to do with it here. That's a false perception on your part. The fact that they see it as a risk to jump in those waters is meaningless to how they feel. In fact, it shows you. You might read it the wrong way and make them pay for that by choosing something else or doing something like just love them and leave them kind of a thing. But that's not correct. It's actually showing you how much they care. All right. What's on top? The King of Swords. Why is that important? Because it's right there. And this is your final outcome. And I've been saying that's you. It is. I got confirmation on that. It's what I've been saying. I read the energy first, then I throw the cards. It's my sitting king, right? You give him a piece of information. He runs it through. He fact checks it, right? Make sure it's accurate. Maybe asks a few people, Googles it, reads a book or two, right? Again, it's read with the Ace of Wands. This is an impulsive energy. Before anything comes out of your mouth, right? Check it first. Just run it through a filter. Stop for a moment. Never mind the rest of this picture. Just do that. Should I say this? What would Steve say if I said this? Well, I mean, if you're a hothead, I'd probably be on your side, but you might not want to go that route. But anyway, I come up as the King of Swords a lot in card pulls, but rarely the sitting king. I'm the king with hemorrhoids who needs to be up and about. I mean, I don't know. Why is the King of Swords here? The Five of Wands. The only thing you have to fear is fear itself. It is a bit of that. It's red, but it's just, be careful what you say. Any little thing will start a fight here. Any little thing will ruin this. If you want to know how somebody feels, finesse is required. The problem is you're not really in a finesse energy, so you need to find it. You find it by pausing and remembering that it's all about love. And if you want something for your mind's eye, don't picture that owl. Picture this guy right here. Make it you, however it is. If you're a girl, make it you. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All right? I'm going to pull the bridging energy. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to. It's a Page of Pentacles. I know you're not afraid to say anything here, but somebody else is nervous to talk to you. And sometimes people get nervous. I think all of the energies around you. You're very demanding. The ones that you're demanding about finding out how you feel, because you're separating the wheat from the chaff. Who's your tribe? Who's with you? Who's not? Right? I just think everybody's nervous around you. You might want to be careful about that. This is a teaching moment for you. You have a chance to be somebody's teacher, to set an example, right? So set an example. That's all I'm saying. You don't set an example if you just run a sword through them, I mean, you don't. All right, anyway. Let's see where we go. And the same is true in the opposite direction. I think there's people coming at you who want to know how you feel because they're sorting out their tribes too. I don't think it's this person. But on a lower level, there are people, And again, they might catch you in a moment where you're just not in the mood to hear that. You're this King of Swords. And again, how they treat you is important. Pay attention. All right? How they ask you how you feel. Are they offering ultimatums, in other words? Ultimatums are a deal breaker, especially with, I think on some level, the Venus and Scorpio energy, it's you're all in or you're all out kind of a thing, but there's not an ultimatum attached. You're giving somebody a choice here. Okay? And you're saying something that's very important. I'm going to give you this much love. I need you to at least come close to matching it. You're not asking for too much, right? An ultimatum tends to benefit only one side, So keep that in mind. All right. And it's also usually, not always, there are no absolutes, but it can be a surefire, a very clear sign that somebody is not on your side, as well. Or they're at least an extremely selfish person. So keep that in mind with anybody that comes toward you. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. We have a devil here. We have this is an incredibly powerful connection. I mean, it is like, it activates Just thinking about it activates it. Just having contact with this person, you will feel the energetic ripples. You will. You will feel the waves. I guarantee you don't have to be an energy reader. You'll feel it. And usually the way that reflects to people that aren't like freaks like me, and I say freak with love, energy readers, is you won't know what to say. You'll be overcome with emotion so much that you don't know, easily enraged, easily, kind of a thing. Easily, you're on edge with it a little bit, I don't know. You're uncomfortable. And sometimes in this energy, that can be it can be a lot to handle here. There's a lot of energy coming at you, a lot of power. Careful about that. Like I said, embody that, and you'll be fine. All right. And choose the red one. Help the universe. It's trying to balance a very out of balance energy here. It's trying to. And I think, if I'm to summarize, it's trying to balance the energy by taking somebody who's usually very ego, right? The Burger King, got to have it their way, King of Wands, that energy that the DM often reflects as, and it's putting you in that energy. All right? But the universe is kind of hoping, and again, it's not a person, it's energy, but I'm talking about it like it's a person, all right? I'm not crazy. I don't need to go get a CAT scan. Just go with me on this. I'm trying to explain something to you. Normally, this is an energy that's very heavy in the ego, and you have a hard time communicating with them because you're Empress and Queen of Pentacles. You're very lovey-dovey and very emotional and things like that. It's putting you in this energy to help try to balance it out, thinking that this might be the best way to balance the energy. Okay? The problem is it's putting you in this energy around Mars in Sagittarius and the energetic New Year, the 11/11 portal, and it might make you feel a little wonky. It might make you feel a little on edge. And we want to be careful that you don't say something you'll regret later. All right? That's all. So be the sitting king and embody this energy. All right? That's all I'm saying. Final message for you from the universe. 3 cards from the bottom and across the card. High Priestess, Queen of Swords, 7 of Wands, and a 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands crossing the Queen of Swords. Wow, that's amazing. And there's a 10 swords underneath that. I could do a catchy rhyme. Fights turn out the lights. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just going to paraphrase this. Because I don't want to repeat anything I've already said in the reading, so I'm picking an energy. And there's many layers of energy here, so I'm just picking something. Okay? Speak your truth. Okay? But don't be surprised or react as some sort of, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God. When somebody else speaks theirs too. Okay? Speak your truth, but don't be surprised when somebody else speaks theirs too. Everybody is feeling a little bit 7 of Wands in this energy. Okay? A little bit. And there's a lot of stuff they've kept hidden, which they feel confident enough to say, at least some of. This only lights up a little bit. All right? So speak your truth. Fine. But don't be surprised if somebody else does too. And don't react in some kind of argument way. The moment you do that, the moment you cross swords with somebody, the king and queen, it's the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, often cross swords. The moment you do that, here's your 10 swords. It's right there and it's right here. Okay? It said the same thing. So be careful about that. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you want the extended, put your lateral thinking caps on. I'm going to have to throw some hocus pocus in it. I'm probably going to, because I'm going to pull the shit out of your connection. It's pretty wild. It's pretty powerful. I don't know. I'm going to need a snack first. But if you want the extended, there's a couple of links at the top of the description. All right? That's your reading. I hope it was helpful. Good luck.